Hey, girlfriend, you know who you are. You have big, big dreams. You want to write a book, stand on a TED Talk stage, be a life coach offering wisdom from your RV in Montana, a cafe in Barcelona, or a beach chair in Tulum. Your other girlfriends and your family, they don't always get your biz savvy. Why do you want to leave your JOB? Because you're a C.A.T.S, aka coach, author, thought leader, and speaker. Meet other change makers like yourself and find out how they make it happen. This is the Big Meow podcast.
Welcome to the Big Meow, brought to you by C.A.T.S Network. I'm your host, Angela Howard, and I'm here this morning with Kacie Gikonyo. How did I do?
You did good.
Great. Welcome, Kacie. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking time in your day and sharing it with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Okay. So you are an end-of-life coach.
Yes,
And we may not want to think about it, but that time comes in all of our lives.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So tell us what kind of coaching you do. Are you coaching the person who's dying? Are you coaching the family that's having to experience this? Tell us about your coaching.
So I'm actually coaching everybody. For the most part, I start working with my clients simply with just my clients, and we kind of build a rapport working together. But in working with them, I end up building a rapport with their loved ones as well. So I end up providing coaching to them too. As the client begins to decline, the loved ones then have more questions and they need somebody to reach out to, they need somebody to talk to. So it almost has a shift. At first I'm mostly coaching my client, but then as they decline, there's kind of a shift, and then I end up coaching the family members more towards the end.
So what makes you different, because you're a coach, than say a hospice nurse?
So I am both a registered nurse and a certified death doula. And death doula is kind of a new thing that is growing in popularity. Everyone's heard of a birthing doula. A birthing doula helps you, labor safely and comfortably into this world. A death doula does the same thing, just on the opposite end of life. So I help to make sure that my clients safely and comfortably labor out of this world. I don't replace hospice in any type of way. I actually work hand in hand with hospice to just provide a much higher level of care to all of my clients and their loved ones.
So in that collaboration, you still are coaching. So how, with the registered nurse and your doula, how did you come to start an independent business, being like an end of life coach?
So I feel like there was a very large disconnect between human beings and death and dying. And it was just kind of a passion that I had, that I knew that I really wanted to work in the realm of death and dying, but I wanted to do it in a way that's different than what everybody else does. So in my research, ended up finding the death doula training. I took the death doula training, and that, along with my registered nurse training, it just kind of made for the perfect combination. And I find that while I am a nurse and I've worked in the nursing field for 12 years, I just find that my goals don't always align with their goals. It's kind of hard to work as a nurse for somebody who cares for money more than patients. And that doesn't align with me and my goals. So that's not really what I wanted to do. So I wanted to find something where I could go off on my own and I could be in charge. I could be in charge of how many clients I have, how much time I spend with my clients, how much money I spend on my clients, what type of products I use with them. I don't really want anybody managing that other than myself. So
a true entrepreneur, because that is what we like, is our independence.
Yes.
So, and you're in I would consider a tough business. What do you do for self-care? What do you do to take care of you?
Yeah. So self-care is so important. And obviously, in a field like mine that is very emotionally charged, I guess I would say, I take care to make sure that I get enough sleep. Sleep is so important. You really need to get enough sleep for your mind and your body and your soul to regenerate. I also find that exercise is important. I try to exercise 3 to 4 times a week. I personally am the type of person who feels at one with nature. So I love getting outside. and getting in the sunshine and just being outside. I live in Ohio though, so the weather does not always cooperate with that. So sometimes I have to make a fake nature, in a gym instead of getting outside.
Right.
But also I just find that it's important for me to spend time with myself, because there's a lot of processing that has to be done about everything, about all of the emotions, and about how you set boundaries, and about how you disconnect from a sad situation to come home and take care of your kids. So I just find that it's great for me to always schedule Kacie time at some point throughout the week, where I kind of just get to be alone with myself and my thoughts, to journal, to meditate, something of that nature.
Do you have a specific thing that you turn to, a go-to pick me up, like when you're just like, whoa, that was tough? Because we all, in business, I know yours is tough, but we all hit these walls as entrepreneurs. And then it's like, where do I turn? What do I do? What do you do to pick yourself up?
Oh, honestly, my friends pick me up. I have a group of three friends. So we're a foursome, the four of us. And we've been friends literally since we were children. So, we've grown up together and we've been through everything together by this point. When I have a really hard week and I need to just cleanse my brain, I always just reach out to my friends and we set up a lunch or a coffee, or even just a really quick get together. Cause I don't know, it just really helps to recharge my soul to spend time with them.
So you have wisdom to give us as entrepreneurs, but I really think it's just humans. Do you have a nugget of wisdom for somebody that's either been diagnosed with a death sentence, in their future, or for the family that's having to come together and watch their family member deteriorate to where they're going to be passing over? What's your nugget of wisdom for people like that?
Oh, I don't even know that there's one little nugget of wisdom that I can give everybody in that situation. I think that people need a lot more help and support than they realize they're going to need until they're in the thick of it and almost are missing a little bit of the support that they need. So that's kind of where someone like myself comes in. I'm really trying to empower more death doulas in the world so that it's something that everybody can kind of rely on. Hospice is great. They're so helpful, but they're also managing many patients and they have a minimal amount of time to provide. Somebody who has death doula training, can really spend however much time they want to with this client and with this family, really getting to know them and giving them this extra layer of support that really isn't there. I don't think people realize, how difficult it is, the whole end of life process. It's not like you just die in your sleep someday. It really is a whole process. And it just requires a lot of support. So my nugget of advice is to reach out and get any and all support that you can during this time.
Yes, I went through this with my own mother dying last year, and I know that the support, and I didn't know how much I could grasp of the support. They're always there, but they're not going to insert themselves. And it really is upon us to ask, I need help. I don't understand. What's next? My mother asked. Like the week she was dying, she goes, what's the protocol? What am I supposed to do?
Right.
And it's you do, and reach out and ask. And I think that's true with anything, really. If we're feeling a moment of gap, it's like, somebody help. And that's great advice. Kacie, well, thank you so much for being with us today. What an important and interesting coaching you are in.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I really like to be forward thinking about death and, have people think about it and plan it as opposed to it just being this thing that happens to us, so.
Right. Or scared of it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. We all appreciate your time and your wisdom.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And here's love and support for you as you help people through the gates.
Thank you. Much appreciated. So nice.
All right. We'll see ya.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Big Meow podcast, sponsored by C.A.T.S Network. If you liked what you heard, please take a moment to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. You can also join our network filled with positivity and possibility. Visit www.catsnetworking.com to join us and learn more. together with your magical, motivated, and mystical new friends at C.A.T.S Network. Let's transform 1 million lives with your message. Are you feeling isolated sitting at home in your PJs? Or perhaps you're tired of the comfy sweatpants with holes in them that are hidden just below the camera? I mean, you could puke at the thought of another day of Zoom meetings and reporting to your BOSS. Do you want freedom from your home office desk or the office cubicle? Do you want freedom from your current career? Or are you frustrated that your online biz dreams are going nowhere? It's all too overwhelming. Where do you start? All the tech, the choices, and your message. Yep, I said your message, your brand, your voice. What is it? Do you even know what that means? Do you need a biz coach but don't want to invest the big bucks? Let's face it, being a solopreneur is lonely, but you don't have to do it alone. And here's a solution. Join C.A.T.S Network. C.A.T.S Network is a woman-only membership community exclusively available to you, the life coach or executive coach, the author, the thought leader, or the public speaker. If you identify with this list or want to work on adding some of these to your skill set, C.A.T.S is the place for you. Check us out at www.catsnetworking.com. That's C.A.T.S networking.com. Because let's face it, cats are better together.